While all remains quiet, a predator may already be closing the gap, unnoticed by its prey. Every step of the approach, every shift in direction, and every defensive reaction can alter the outcome. The predator relies on tactics and timing, while the prey uses every resource to maintain distance. Yet, when both are pushed to their limits, which side will gain the decisive advantage? Across the vast grasslands, wildebeests typically move in close proximity to minimize the risk of becoming separated from the herd. An adult weighs between 265 and 640 pounds, boasting massive shoulders, a powerful neck, a heavy head, and curved horns that can be used for defense if necessary. When danger arises, they usually flee towards the safety of the group. However, even a momentary hesitation or separation from the herd can cost a wildebeest its safety advantage. A widening gap instantly caught the attention of a lion lying low in the grass. It waited patiently for the wildebeest to stray from the herd before suddenly lunging, startling the prey into a burst of speed and a sharp change of direction. The wildebeest did not simply flee. It turned and lowered its horns to fight back, forcing the lion to sidestep before closing in again. The chase did not end immediately. The wildebeest tried to rejoin the herd, constantly changing direction and using its powerful forequarters to keep the predator at bay, while the lion stayed close, waiting for the prey to tire. After several defensive maneuvers, the wildebeest began to flag. As its speed dropped, the lion finally seized the opportunity to close the distance, subdue the prey, and secure the meal. That meal marked the conclusion of a confrontation in which the wildebeest had relied on the herd, speed, and defensive capabilities in a bid to escape. The lion prevailed through patience, precise timing, and sustained pressure during the brief pursuit. The outcome reflects the classic predator-prey dynamic, playing a role in maintaining the natural ecological balance. Amidst the quiet savannah, the buffalo moves slowly, bearing a massive frame, powerful shoulders, a thick neck, and legs capable of generating immense force during a charge. An adult can weigh between 935 and 1,920 pounds, while its sturdy horns serve as a formidable defense when the animal is cornered. Its fierce defensive nature commands caution even from lions, particularly when a buffalo is separated from the herd, yet remains strong enough to turn and fight back. It is precisely this capacity to confront its attackers that makes hunting buffalo a risky endeavor for lions. Upon spotting a stray buffalo, the pride silently fans out, gradually tightening the circle. Suddenly, they surge forward in unison. However, the buffalo instantly wheels around, lowers its horns, and launches a direct counterattack, forcing the lead lions to scatter before they can attempt to close in again. The buffalo's resistance causes the dynamics of the encounter to shift moment by moment. It charges forward and pivots sideways to block lions approaching from various angles, though each maneuver drains more of its energy. As its speed falters, the circle tightens. Eventually, losing its balance, the buffalo collapses, becoming a meal for the pride. The hunt concludes after a clash between the buffalo's defensive prowess and the pride's coordinated teamwork. The buffalo relies on its sheer weight, horns, and combative reflexes, while the lions leverage their numbers, timing, and multi-directional approach. Once the prey is brought down, the massive carcass provides the protein, fat, and essential nutrients required by the entire pride. On the riverbank, the lion commands respect with powerful shoulders, a thick neck, strong jaws, and sharp claws that allow it to subdue prey on land. This physical prowess is complemented by a vigilant nature and the ability to coordinate within the pride, especially when the young ones traverse dangerous territory. However, as the pride ventures into the water, those familiar advantages fade, while a silent threat lurks beneath the surface. Once away from the shore, it becomes difficult for the pride to see what lies beneath the water. When a young lion swims ahead of the group, a crocodile suddenly lunges, clamping its jaws onto the youngster and dragging it out of formation. The young lion struggles violently, and the adults turn back to help, yet the crocodile continues to pull its prey toward deeper water. The further it is dragged, the more fiercely the young lion fights to escape, but the gap between it and the pride widens. The adult lions move in to rescue it, but the increasing depth hinders their ability to reach the victim. Meanwhile, the crocodile maintains the upper hand, utilizing its superior swimming and prey-subduing capabilities. Ultimately, the rescue attempt fails. On land, the lion reigns supreme, but in deep water, the crocodile is the master. In the wild, raw power does not always guarantee success. The environment and timing are often the deciding factors for survival. On the African savanna, hyenas seize almost every opportunity to secure food, whether by hunting, scavenging, or fighting other species for a meal. Their tenacity and endurance, combined with a keen sense of danger, allow them to judge exactly when to stand their ground and when to retreat. However, on this occasion, the sudden arrival of a pack of wild dogs while the hyena was feeding rapidly shifted the dynamics of the encounter. The wild dogs closed in from multiple directions, constantly shifting positions and denying the hyena a moment to establish a solid defense. The hyena lunged at the nearest dog and turned to shove another back, but every opening created by these movements gave the other dogs a chance to advance. The meal remained right there, yet the hyena's ability to defend it was rapidly slipping away. The pressure from all sides made it increasingly difficult for the hyena to hold its ground. It lunged, spun, and changed direction repeatedly, at times managing to drive a few wild dogs back, but the pack's relentless pressure never let up. Eventually, unable to maintain its position, the hyena was forced to retreat, leaving the wild dogs to move in and claim the meal. As the hyena left the area, the confrontation came to an end, after a fierce struggle. While its tenacity and experience allowed it to hold out for a time, the wild dog's superior numbers, speed, and coordination ultimately gave them the advantage. This time, the hyena lost the battle for the food and was compelled to move on in search of another opportunity. Across the vast savannas of East and Southern Africa, zebras frequently migrate in search of grass and water, following the seasonal shifts. While they typically flee at the first sign of danger, a cornered zebra can turn to bite and deliver powerful kicks with its hind legs in self-defense. These tactics are effective on land, but in the water, the animal's ability to accelerate and maintain a safe distance is severely compromised. As the zebra's mobility was restricted, a crocodile silently approached beneath the surface. It swam close to the herd, waiting for a zebra to stray from the group before suddenly lunging. The prey immediately thrashed and twisted, struggling to break free from the predator's grip. The zebra kicked and writhed, striving to reach shallower water, yet the crocodile continued to drag it further away from the herd. The deeper it was pulled, the more fiercely the zebra fought back, even as its balance and strength began to wane. It continued to struggle and lash out until its final efforts proved insufficient to escape the crocodile's jaws. The confrontation ended there, and the nutrients from the prey would go on to sustain the crocodile's life. Adult wildebeests are large animals, formidable enough to make many predators cautious when approaching. Weighing between 220 and over 550 pounds, they possess powerful shoulders and necks, along with curved horns that allow them to defend themselves when cornered. When no danger is present, the herd grazes calmly in close formation, maintaining a low but steady level of vigilance. While the wildebeests are grazing, a pack of hyenas suddenly charges, causing the herd to scatter and flee instantly. Amidst the chaos, a young wildebeest falls behind and quickly becomes a target as the hyenas fan out to close in on it. The youngster attempts to rejoin the herd, repeatedly turning to lower its horns and fend off the hyenas, but the pack continues to press the attack. Its defensive efforts widen the gap, creating a brief window of opportunity to escape. However, the hyenas do not slow down. They stay close, forcing the youngster to accelerate, change direction, and fight back while exhausted. As its strength wanes and it can no longer maintain its speed, the safety margin vanishes, leaving it completely at the mercy of the pack. When it no longer has the energy to keep running, the wildebeest loses its final advantage. Although the youngster retains speed and defensive instincts, its separation from the herd leaves it unable to withstand the hyena pack's superior endurance and coordinated tactics. The conclusion of the hunt provides the vital nourishment the hyenas need to survive. Across the arid landscapes of Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, the oryx remains active despite a scarcity of surface water. It derives moisture from grasses, leaves, roots, tubers, and succulent plants. Its robust physique, featuring a powerful neck and shoulders, aids in movement, while its long horns serve as a defense when cornered. As the herd moves slowly, unaware of any threat, a pack of wild dogs approaches from behind. The quiet atmosphere is instantly shattered when the wild dogs suddenly accelerate, forcing the Oryx into a chase from multiple directions. The Oryx darts away and changes direction, then wheels around to lower its horns, forcing the closest pursuer to dodge, while the rest of the pack continues the pursuit. Each counterattack creates a brief opening, but the repeated bursts of speed and sudden turns drain the Oryx's energy. With every change of direction, the Oryx gradually loses speed and struggles to maintain its pace. It continues to charge at the nearest wild dogs with lowered horns to create space and keep running, but the pack relentlessly closes in, maintaining constant pressure. Eventually, the Oryx is subdued and becomes a meal for the entire pack. When the hunt concludes, what remains is not merely the outcome of victory or defeat, but the way each species employs its survival skills. Predators rely on tactics, endurance, and timing, while prey depend on speed, reflexes, and the ability to fight back. In the wild, a single well-timed decision can completely alter the final outcome. Across vast wildernesses, a pack of wild dogs can turn a brief chase into a precision attack, thanks to their speed, stamina, and coordination. They fan out, close the distance, and maintain relentless pressure until their prey has no chance of escape. While many hunts end in success, every quarry presents a unique challenge. So what enables the pack to triumph? Across the arid and semi-arid landscapes of Africa, the Oryx traverses vast terrain with a robust build, powerful shoulders and neck, and long legs. Its nearly straight horns, which can reach lengths of around 3 feet in some species, serve as an effective defensive weapon when the animal turns to face a predator. It is precisely this defense that compels the pack of wild dogs to wait for a more opportune moment. That opportunity arises when an Oryx slows down at the edge of the herd. The wild dogs immediately break formation. One group stays close on its tail, while the others flank it from the sides, forcing the prey to change direction. They skillfully avoid the horns, maintaining a safe distance while keeping up the pressure and waiting for their quarry to exhaust itself. As the Oryx slows, the gap closes. It turns to defend itself before resuming its flight, but the wild dogs take turns closing in from multiple directions, preventing the prey from widening the distance. The hunt concludes with a victory for the wild dogs, illustrating the balance between the Oryx's defensive capabilities and the predator's endurance and coordination within the ecosystem. Across the vast grasslands of Tanzania and the Serengeti Mara ecosystem, wildebeest migrate seasonally in search of grazing and water. Upon sensing danger, they typically react swiftly and run as a herd, as maintaining a tight formation minimizes the risk of any individual becoming isolated. However, during a sudden burst of speed by the herd, one wildebeest lost its rhythm and began to fall behind. As soon as this gap opened up, the pack of wild dogs immediately shifted their pursuit towards the straggler. The wildebeest attempted to accelerate and rejoin the herd ahead, but the wild dogs stayed close on its heels, repeatedly forcing it to change direction. Each change of course widened the gap between the animal and the main herd, while the pursuers closed in. As the distance from the herd grew, the wildebeest's pace slowed noticeably. Seizing the opportunity, the wild dogs converged from multiple angles and successfully concluded the hunt. These events demonstrate that maintaining a herd formation helps wildebeest reduce the risk of separation, whereas the endurance and coordination of wild dogs allow them to exploit isolated individuals, thereby contributing to the balance of the natural ecosystem. Across the vast savannas and grasslands of East and Southern Africa, impalas typically inhabit areas near open woodlands, scrub, and reliable water sources. They remain constantly vigilant, watching, listening, and sniffing the air to detect danger early. At the first sign of trouble, they flee immediately, as maintaining distance from predators is their most critical survival advantage. This outcome demonstrates that while the impala relies on vigilance, speed, and maintaining distance, the wild dog excels in stamina and pack coordination. Once the impala is isolated and exhausted, the wild dog's advantages become decisive. Following the hunt, the prey becomes a vital source of energy for the pack's survival. Exhaustion eventually compels the impala to return to the shore, where the wild dogs have already spread out to surround it. Some close in from behind, while others flank the sides, forcing the impala to constantly change direction and further deplete its energy. As it fails to maintain its speed, the gap closes, and the wild dogs ultimately triumph in the chase. That advantage is quickly compromised when a pack of wild dogs silently closes in before suddenly accelerating. The herd scatters, but during a sudden change of direction, one individual becomes separated, losing the protection of the group's collective movement. The pack immediately targets this lone animal, tailing it relentlessly and forcing it to plunge into the water in a desperate bid for escape as its strength wanes. Warthogs are primarily distributed across sub-Saharan Africa, inhabiting savannas, grasslands, open woodlands, and semi-arid scrublands near water sources or mud wallows. In open terrain, they react swiftly to danger, typically choosing flight over a fight. However, when cornered, their defensive instincts kick in, turning their large tusks into weapons of self-defense. A foraging warthog is about to face a situation that forces it to trigger this survival mechanism. As the pack of wild dogs springs from its resting spot, the warthog immediately detects the danger and bolts toward open ground. The hunting pack closes in, flanking the animal and repeatedly forcing it to change direction. The gap narrows, with pursuers pressing from behind and the path ahead becoming increasingly unfavorable. The warthog finds itself cornered. With its escape route cut off, the warthog stops, turns, and lowers its tusks to face the approaching pack. It charges at the nearest dogs, forcing their formation to scatter and retreat. The attack fails, demonstrating that speed and coordination are not always the deciding factors. When cornered, a counterattack using its tusks allows the warthog to keep its pursuers at bay and survive. Across sub-Saharan Africa, Nile crocodiles inhabit freshwater systems, while other species are widely distributed throughout the tropics. They possess massive skulls, powerful jaws, and robust bodies and tails. Male saltwater crocodiles can exceed 17 feet in length and weigh over 1,000 pounds, delivering a bite force of approximately 3,700 pound force. At the water's edge, a crocodile lies in wait, concealed from a pack of wild dogs that are approaching the water, oblivious to the danger. The gap between the two closes as one wild dog leans close to the water's surface while the crocodile remains motionless. Suddenly, the predator lunges, clamping its jaws onto the prey and dragging it back into the river. The pack rushes to the bank, constantly shifting positions in a bid to rescue their companion. But each time the crocodile retreats deeper, the prey is pulled further away. As the distance widens, it becomes too dangerous for the wild dogs to venture into the water. They race along the bank for a few more seconds in a final, desperate attempt, but are ultimately forced to stop. The confrontation ends in victory for the crocodile. The rescue attempt fails, and the prey becomes a source of protein and energy-rich fat for the predator. Across much of sub-Saharan Africa, spotted hyenas inhabit savannas, grasslands, open woodlands, scrublands, semi-deserts, and even some mountainous areas. Adults typically weigh between 88 and 176 pounds, boasting high shoulders, powerful necks, and well-developed jaw muscles, attributes sufficient to keep many rivals at bay. However, when a food source is at stake, that safety margin shifts. A pack of wild dogs appears and rapidly fans out, encircling the hyena from multiple directions. The hyena immediately pivots to defend itself, constantly shifting position to track adversaries closing in from both front and rear. Each time it lunges in one direction to drive back an attacker, the rest of the pack surges in from the opposite side, steadily weakening its defense. As the pressure mounts from all sides, the hyena begins to retreat from the food source, only to suddenly turn and fight back once more. Yet, the wild dogs press their advantage, forcing the hyena further away until it finally breaks into a run. Immediately, the pack returns to claim the food source. This confrontation demonstrates that while a hyena's individual strength allows for formidable defense, the wild dog's superior numbers and coordination give them the upper hand in this scenario. Securing the food source also grants them temporary dominance over the immediate foraging area. Such competitions shape how predators share food and territory, and how they maintain their respective positions within the ecosystem. In the sub-Saharan savanna, Where lions are primarily found in East and Southern Africa, an adult lion moves across open ground amidst grasslands, open woodlands, and semi-arid scrub. Driven by the instinct to defend its territory, its pack, and its food sources, the lion remains constantly ready to react should a rival venture too close. However, on this occasion, its movements catch the attention of a pack of wild dogs ahead. The pack immediately converges, splitting up to approach from multiple directions and taking turns lunging to intimidate the lion. One dog closes in from behind while another flanks it, forcing the lion to pivot. As the circle tightens, the lion spins sharply and charges straight at a nearby dog. The dog instantly dodges and the pack scatters, only to regroup and renew the pressure moments later. The next approach plays out differently. The lion proactively charges at the closest dogs, forcing them to veer aside and stretching their formation thin. The wild dogs attempt to press forward, but each counterattack drives some of them further back. Their resolve begins to waver, and the cohesion of the circle breaks down. Ultimately, the pack is forced to retreat, leaving the lion holding its ground. This encounter demonstrates that while numbers, speed, and coordination allow wild dogs to exert pressure, these traits are insufficient to overwhelm a formidable opponent in a direct confrontation. For the lion, reflexes and defensive instincts enable it to break the encirclement and launch a counterattack. When the risks outweigh the potential rewards, retreating allows the pack to avoid injury. In the harsh, freezing environment, wolverines must hunt continuously to survive amidst the long journeys of migrating prey. The pack rarely charges directly, instead moving in wide circles, observing the enemy's reaction, and gradually splitting their formation. From chases across deep snow to tense confrontations, wolverines always control the hunt with patience and pack tactics. In the vast Arctic landscape, Arctic hares typically move very quickly to find food and avoid dangers in the area. When sensing danger, Arctic hares almost instantly change direction repeatedly to make it difficult for predators to predict their movements. Their layer of subcutaneous fat and fur-covered feet help Arctic hares maintain a steady speed even while constantly moving. This agile movement also forces wolf packs to change their pursuit tactics. Instead of blindly chasing, the wolf packs begin to spread out, constantly forcing the Arctic hare to change direction and gradually blocking its escape routes. When the prey begins to slow down after multiple changes of direction, the wolf quickly accelerates and approaches from the flank. The safe distance quickly disappears when the Arctic hare loses stability while trying to change direction again. The wolf pack immediately applies pressure from multiple directions, attacking the legs and quickly ending the short hunt. In this hunt, the greatest advantage of the wolf pack lies not in their speed, but in their ability to learn quickly and coordinate continuously. Near the cave entrance in northern North America, the wolverine is always vigilant when predators approach. Wolverine possesses a strong survival instinct, reacting quickly and ready to charge straight at its opponent. Its sturdy body, thick skin, and strong neck muscles allow it to withstand impacts well, so the wolf must always approach very cautiously. This vigilance causes the wolf to lower its head and approach slowly, looking for an advantageous angle to get close, but the wolverine suddenly lunges forward, actively attacking to disrupt the opponent's approach. A series of rapid clawing and collisions at close range quickly force the wolf to maintain distance and maintain a retreat path. The confrontation becomes more intense as the wolf continuously seeks opportunities to get closer, but must still be wary of the wolverine's reactions. As the wolverine continues its relentless charge, the wolf slows down, keeps more distance, and gradually retreats from the cave entrance. In this encounter, Wolverine's quick reaction and aggressiveness significantly diminished Wolf's size advantage. During the Yellowstone winter, the elk herd must travel through deep snow to find food in the freezing weather. Elks have a very strong survival instinct, always alert to movement, sounds, and smells around them. Their good endurance helps them overcome forests and difficult terrain, but the deep snow begins to slow the herd down. This change also allows the wolf pack to start putting pressure on the elk herd. The wolf pack constantly changes angles, flanking and chasing to find individuals that are weak or lagging behind. When an elk loses its balance for a brief moment, the wolf pack immediately accelerates, closes in, and initiates a chase. As the elk herd begins to lose stability while moving, the safe distance gradually disappears. The wolf pack maintains pressure at the right time, forcing the direction of movement and gradually taking control of the chase on the snow. In the Yellowstone winter, even a small change in formation can quickly put the elks at a disadvantage. In the frigid snows of northern North America, caribou herds move constantly in search of food and maintain formation on the deep snow. Caribou are highly sensitive to smells, sounds, and vibrations, allowing them to detect danger early. Their large bodies, wide hooves, and good endurance help them traverse deep snow. But the long journey begins to slow them down. Even this small change in their pace begins to attract the attention of predators around the snow-covered forest. On the edge of the forest, wolf packs begin to track the caribou, maintaining a distance while observing the formation. The wolf packs use their fur color to remain undetected, then accelerate, constantly forcing the caribou herd to change direction on the snow. As the caribou formation gradually stretches, the pressure from the pursuit increases significantly. The wolf packs quickly force a slower individual to separate from the group, maintaining constant pressure and gradually taking control of the direction of movement on the deep snow. In a snowy environment, even a moment of separation from the herd can quickly cause the caribou to lose its advantage. On the snow-covered grasslands of North America, bison herds move slowly but always maintain close formation when in danger. Bisons possess a very strong defensive instinct. Their large bodies and ability to fight back directly make it difficult for wolf packs to get too close. When the snow thickens, making movement more difficult, some individuals begin to slow down, creating gaps in the formation. These gaps allow the wolf pack to accelerate and spread out around the bison herd. A few wolf packs will charge from the flanks, constantly closing in and forcing the bison to change direction on the thick snow. When a bison is separated from the group, the wolf pack quickly follows, taking turns chasing and applying pressure from multiple directions. The wolf pack continuously closes in, forcing the bison to change direction and causing it to lose balance and slide down into the snow amidst the approaching wolf pack. In the hunt against bison, the wolf pack gains the advantage through close coordination, patience, and the ability to maintain constant pressure. In dense forests and dry grasslands, wild boars move low to the ground, searching for food among the bushes. Wild boars have very quick survival reflexes, able to change direction, dash through bushes, or launch surprise attacks when in danger. Their thick skin, strong neck muscles, and sturdy bodies make them highly resistant to impact, forcing wolf packs to approach with great caution. This vigilance causes the wolf pack to form a wide circle to gradually block escape routes. One wolf approaches to provoke a reaction, forcing the wild boar to turn and counterattack with a powerful headbutt in self-defense. Other wolves immediately close in from both sides, then press on the head and hips to gradually reduce its mobility. The confrontation quickly becomes intense as both wolves and wild boars continuously pressure each other. The wolf pack forces the wild boar out of its defensive position, causing it to gradually weaken. In this hunt, the wolf's advantage lies in its patience, coordination, and ability to control the wild boar's every movement. In the frigid plains of North America, musk oxen always move in packs to protect their young from danger. Upon sensing a predator, the entire pack quickly forms a defensive circle with their horns lowered outwards. Their thick skin and strong necks help the musk ox maintain its position, so the wolf pack must approach very cautiously. This tight defense forces the wolf pack to constantly move, searching for openings. Each time they approach, the wolf pack is met with a coordinated barrage of headbutts, forcing them to retreat and change direction. when a musk ox is pushed away from the pack. The pace of the confrontation shifts as the wolf pack quickly takes turns closing in, giving the prey no time to rest. The confrontation becomes more intense as the musk ox repeatedly counterattacks to maintain distance from the wolf pack. However, prolonged defense gradually slows down the musk ox's reaction time. In this confrontation, the Wolfsburgs gradually gained control of the situation through persistent pressure and continuous attacks. In the cold forests of North America, grizzly bears often appear alone around food sources in snow-covered valleys. Grizzly bears possess a keen sense of smell and great strength, making it rare for wolf packs to approach them directly at close range. When the bear begins to control the food source, the wolf pack silently emerges at the edge of the snow-covered area. A lead wolf emerges at the front, while others quietly move around the perimeter, taking turns approaching the food source. When the grizzly bear turns to react, the wolf pack immediately retreats and continues to observe from a safe distance. In this confrontation, the grizzly bear maintains its advantage due to its strength, while the wolf pack exerts pressure through patience and continuous coordination. After each chase across the frigid landscape, the wolf pack continues its journey, seeking the next opportunity in the harsh natural environment. From migrating caribou herds to musk oxen and wolfrins, each confrontation showcases the patience, coordination, and strong survival instincts of this predator. If you enjoy the authentic wild confrontations of wolf packs in the North American wilderness, continue following their journeys.